They say every heart has a door that only one key can open. But most people spend their whole lives searching for that key in the wrong place. What if I told you that key has been on your tongue all along, hidden in the words of Surah Ikhlas? Have you ever felt a silence inside you that no words could fill? A silence that lives beneath your laughter, your conversations, even your prayers. It's that quiet ache you feel when you're surrounded by people, but still feel alone. It's the emptiness that appears when the world goes quiet and you're left only with yourself. Every human heart carries such a space, an unseen door deep inside. We try to fill it with everything around us: success, love, attention, comfort. But no matter how much we place inside, the space never truly closes, because that door doesn't open to the world. It opens only toward Allah. And the key to that door is Surah Ikhlas. Most people recite it from memory. Few recite it from the soul. And that difference can change an entire life. When you recite it by memory, your lips move, but your heart sleeps. When you recite it by soul, your lips whisper and your heart wakes. This is the secret that turns simple words into light. Surah Ikhlas is short, yet within its few lines lies a universe. It speaks about Allah's oneness, but it also speaks to your own emptiness, because the heart is restless until it finds its creator. And the moment you truly feel the words Qul huwa Allahu ahad, something inside you begins to settle. That single verse reminds you, you were never alone. You were never forgotten. You were never unseen. All your pain, your worries, your sleepless nights, they are not proof that Allah is far. They are proof that your heart is still searching for Him. That door inside you aches to open, because your soul remembers where it came from. Sometimes life becomes heavy. You try to smile, but inside you feel tired. You pray, but the peace doesn't stay. You wonder why your heart feels empty, even when you have everything. It's because you've been knocking on every other door, while the real door, the door of the heart, remains closed. Surah Ikhlas is that gentle knock that reminds you where to return. Each time you recite it with sincerity, you place the key into that hidden lock. And one day, with tears in your eyes and peace in your chest, that door opens and light enters. The heart that opens to Allah never feels alone again. It still faces pain, but the pain feels lighter. It still faces loss, but the loss feels temporary, because now the heart knows its home. That is the secret of this chapter. It is not just about speaking the words of Surah Ikhlas. It is about letting those words speak to you. Once that happens, even silence begins to sound like prayer, and every beat of your heart begins to whisper, He is one, and He is enough for me. Ibn Arabi once said, Ikhlas is when the servant forgets himself and remembers only God. Those words carry a truth that can transform the heart, because real oneness begins when you stop looking at yourself and start seeing everything through the light of Allah. Most of us live trapped inside our own reflections. We think of what we want, what we lost, what others think of us. Our hearts become crowded with fear, pride, jealousy, and endless desires. And in that noise, we forget the one who created silence itself. But Surah Ikhlas calls us back. Qul huwa Allahu ahad. Say, He is Allah, the One. Not just one among many, not one beside another, but the only one. There is no second, no equal, no rival. When these words reach your heart, the world suddenly looks different. Everything you thought you needed begins to lose its hold. The worries, the comparisons, the competitions, they all fade, because you realize there was never anyone else in control but Him. We say Allah is one, but how often do we feel it? To truly feel it means to stop dividing your heart. You cannot give half your trust to Allah and the other half to the world. You cannot claim belief in His oneness while your peace depends on people. Ikhlas means to turn your whole heart toward Him, nothing else. This is the secret of oneness. When you remember only Him, everything else finds its place. You start seeing His wisdom behind every delay, His mercy behind every pain, His care behind every hardship. The believer who tastes this truth becomes calm in the middle of storms, because they no longer see chaos. They see Allah's plan unfolding. When life becomes heavy, they whisper, Ahad. When hearts break, they whisper Ahad. And with every whisper, the heart grows lighter. This is why Ibn Arabi said, to recite Ikhlas is not to speak the words, but to dissolve in the one who spoke them. That is the level where fear disappears, because what can you lose when you belong to the one who owns everything? When the heart understands Ahad, it stops begging from creation. It stops chasing what was never meant to last. It finds joy in remembering the one who never changes. And in that remembrance, peace quietly enters, the kind of peace no world can give. So the next time you recite, Qul huwa Allahu ahad, pause for a moment. Let your tongue be still, and let your heart listen. You are not just repeating a verse, you are declaring a truth that can set you free. When this truth settles inside, your heart stops asking, who will help me? And starts saying, He alone is enough. That is the real meaning of Ikhlas. Not words of the tongue, but surrender of the soul. Every time you whisper Allahu Samad, you are saying something more powerful than you may realize. You are reminding your soul that there is only one who never needs anyone, and that everyone, including you, depends on Him completely. We live in a world that teaches us the opposite. It teaches us to depend on people, on money, on our plans. We place our hearts in the hands of things that can break at any moment. And when they break, our hearts break with them. But Allahu Samad is the voice that calls you back to the one who never changes, never disappoints, and never leaves. Samad means the one who is perfect in His richness. He is not in need of food, rest, love, or support. He gives to everyone, but nothing can be given to Him. And when your heart understands this, it finally finds a place to rest. Think about it. How often do we feel tired from carrying everything alone? You hide your pain behind a smile, pretending you are fine. You act strong while your heart is breaking inside. And sometimes, even the people who love you the most can't understand your silence. But Allah does. He always does. When you whisper Allahu Samad in those lonely moments, it's like placing your burden in the hands of the one who never grows weary. It sets saying, Ya Allah, I am weak, but you are enough for me. And somehow, even before your problem changes, your heart begins to heal. That is the miracle of this verse. It doesn't promise that life will be free of pain. It promises that you will never face pain alone. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. He was not born, and He does not give birth. This verse reminds us that Allah is beyond time and beyond change. Everything you know, people, days, seasons, they come and go. But Allah remains. And when you attach your heart to Him, you find something permanent in a world that constantly shifts. The heart that seeks refuge in people is never at peace, because people are fragile, and so are the things they give you. But the heart that seeks refuge in Allah becomes unshakable. It stops needing to be seen, heard, or praised, because it already feels known by the one who created it. When you understand Allahu Samad, your whole world becomes lighter. You no longer panic when doors close, because you know who holds the keys. You no longer fear loss, because the giver is still with you. You no longer feel empty, because his presence fills every space inside you. So the next time your heart feels heavy, whisper it slowly. Allahu Samad. Let every breath remind you that he is your safe place, your shelter when the world turns dark, your refuge when no one else understands. And when your heart finally believes that, you will realize that peace was never gone. It was just waiting for you to return to him. Every heart worships something. Some hearts bow to money. Some hearts bow to beauty. Some hearts bow to people's steps, approval. And some, without realizing it, bow to their own desires. But there is only one heart that truly finds peace. The heart that bows to Allah alone. Lam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad. There is nothing equal to him. No rival, no comparison, no partner. This verse isn't set only a statement about Allah. It steps also a mirror held up to your heart. Because to say nothing is equal to him means you must stop placing anything beside him in your life. Not your ego, not your status, not the love of someone else, not the fear of losing what you love. Every time we place something in our hearts above Allah, we build an idol, not of stone, but of attachment. It could be a person you can let go of, a dream you can stop chasing, a pain you keep holding on to. These are the silent idols of the heart, the things that quietly steal the space meant for Allah. But Surah Ikhlas comes like light breaking through darkness. It reminds you there is no one like him, no one who can love you the way he does, no one who can forgive you as easily, no one who understands your silence better than him. When you truly believe Lam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad, you stop expecting from people what only Allah can give. You stop begging for attention, for love, for validation, because you realize the one who created you already sees you, already values you, already loves you without condition. This verse breaks the false gods we build inside ourselves. It teaches the heart to let go, to stop clinging to what hurts, to stop fearing what might leave, because the one who never leaves is already yours. Sometimes Allah will take something from you, not to punish you, but to purify your love. He removes the idol so you can see him clearly again. And though it hurts, that breaking is mercy in disguise. Because what he takes away, he replaces with peace. And what he empties, he fills with light. The believer who understands this verse lives differently. They love, but without worshiping. They care, but without clinging. They walk among people, but their heart stays tied to the sky. To say nothing is equal to him is to live free. Free from fear, free from comparison, free from disappointment, because your heart no longer depends on what can break. So if your heart feels heavy with attachments, if you stir tired of chasing what doesn't stir to last, recite this verse softly. Lam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad. And as you do, imagine every false idol inside you falling away, until only one love remains, pure, unshakable, eternal. That steps when the heart finally bows in true Ikhlas, and that bow becomes your freedom. When the heart finally understands Surah Ikhlas, something begins to awaken inside. It sets quiet, not loud like the world, not dramatic like emotions, but soft, gentle, and real. It feels like peace finding its way home. For so long, you may have looked for light in other people. You thought someone's love would fix your emptiness. Someone Sep's words would calm your pain. Someone Sep's presence would give you peace. But every time you found light outside, it faded, because no human being can fill a place that was made for Allah. The truth is, the light you seek has always lived within you, hidden beneath the noise, waiting for remembrance to uncover it. And Surah Ikhlas is the map back to that light. When you recite Qul Huwa Allahu Ahad, you remind your soul that it belongs to one, not to many. When you whisper Allahu Samad, you release your burdens to the one who never grows tired. When you remember Lam Yalid wa Lam Yulad, you anchor your heart to the eternal, the one beyond change. And when you affirm Lam Yakun Lahu Kufuwan Ahad, you purify your love from everything that isn't him. This is what Surah Ikhlas does. It polishes the heart until it begins to shine with his remembrance. The same heart that once felt dark, heavy, and lost starts to glow softly from within. That glow isn't pride or perfection, it's peace. It's the calm that comes when you finally stop running. You begin to see everything differently. The pain that once broke you now humbles you. The moments of loss now guide you. The people who left now remind you that Allah never did. And every breath becomes a quiet dhikr, a reminder that He is one and He is near. This is the light within, not something you earn, but something you uncover. It was always there, waiting for you to turn inward, waiting for you to stop searching for love in creation and start finding it in the Creator. When that light grows, your heart becomes your prayer. Even your silence becomes worship. Even your tears become verses. And everywhere you look, you begin to see Him. In the sky, in your pain, in your reflection. That is the final gift of Surah Ikhlas. It doesn't just describe Allah, it teaches you how to live with Him, how to love Him, how to see His light within your own soul. So when life becomes dark again, and it will, Binet, search for light outside. Close your eyes, place your hand on your heart, and whisper, Qul Huwa Allahu Ahad, and you shall feel it again, that still, soft glow within you whispering back, I was always here. You've now walked through the door of the heart. You've seen the secret of oneness. You've felt the refuge of the soul. You've tasted the peace of surrender. And you've discovered the light within. This is the journey of Surah Ikhlas. Not just a chapter of the Quran, but a mirror for your soul. A reminder that you were never alone. That every beat of your heart whispers His name, and that real peace begins the moment you say and feel, Allahu Ahad. If these words touch something inside you, don't to let this moment fade. Carry it with you. Recite Surah Ikhlas tonight, not with your tongue, but with your heart. Let it cleanse you, heal you, and remind you that the one you've been searching for has been with you all along. And if you want to keep walking on this path toward deeper understanding, toward peace, toward Allah, then stay connected. Because what we explored together is only the beginning. There are still greater secrets waiting, hidden in the words you already know, but have never felt this deeply. So before you go, take a breath, close your eyes, and whisper once more, Qul Huwa Allahu Ahad. Let that light settle in your heart, and then share this light forward. Because maybe, just maybe, your one share will open the door of someone else's heart.